Hey, what's going on, man? This is Will Z Tidwell with SpeakUPZee. You're now tuned into the episode of SpeakUPZee the podcast, man. I promised that I was going to start doing more business-oriented content on this platform, man. And I've been away for a few days as far as new episodes go. Just been busy, man. Been speaking a lot and moving and grooving. So I wanted to just kind of answer a few questions that I've been gathering from business to life, a little mental health stuff. But I like some of the business questions that I've been getting. Um, Let me see. I like this one right here from Kayla from OKC. She said that, do you ever hit a wall creatively? And what do you do when you just feel stuck or just uninspired? Um, well, I guess it's kind of a two-part question that I think can really add some value because on one hand, I think that when you talk about creatively, I'm thinking about more so from my content standpoint and me creating new content. I think that's why it's so important for you to create as much content as you can when you're in that mode of creativity and feeling inspired and wanting to try new things because there are going to come those seasons and those moments and those times in your life where you just don't feel it. Where whether you're not able to create anything new that you really feel hits or you're not just in the space and the mindset to like really perform and do what you need to do at a high level, whatever that may be when it comes to your creativity. And so that's why it's so important to, when you are in that mode, create as much as you can so you can have a batch of content or, batch create essentially so you can have so much content to hold you over for those days when you're barely making it, when those days when you're so busy. So even though I've been so busy, I have so much content holding me over because on those days where I was feeling it, I was giving it everything I got. I was getting as much as I could out of it. Because I feel those times where I'm just uninspired and I don't have it. That's just life. And I think sometimes that's a reminder too to go live your life and to go explore and to go do something that you've been holding back on doing or just focus on something else for a while. And when you do that, you end up finding the creativity again anyway. But sometimes when we try to force it or we try to drag it out, it never works. And so sometimes it's okay to step back and step away and reconsider some things and think through some things and just do some other things with your life, man, because the exact clarity and peace that you was looking for always seems to find you when you don't force it. And that's what I would say to you. It's just if you're feeling like you're stuck in a wall, don't force it. Let it be. Um, and sooner or later, man, that creativity will come back and find you. Yep. Yep. Great question. Let's do a couple more. Um, Man, he says from Black Boys Deserve More. What's one thing you wish more black men were taught growing up about success? It's a great question. Um, I don't think just black men, but just in general. But for sure, them success is not necessarily what you think it is. For some people, success is a lot of money. For some, it's success is just having some things you never had in your life. For some, it's just having your family. For some, it's just being alive long enough to enjoy your birthday. For some, it's um, just having a home cooked meal and having food to eat. Because based on how you was raised and based on how you live and based on where you come from, success looks a lot different for a lot of different people. Because a lot of times we think it's always going to equate to the money and to the material things that we have. And don't get me wrong, those are beautiful. Those are amazing. We all want them. But the older you get and the more you keep living, you start to realize, man, I want those things. But just being able to have what I have and able to kind of do what I want and go where as I please. And if I want something for real, I'm able to afford it. That's a blessing. And you don't have to be the wealthiest person in the world to be able to live like that. And so I think success really is not so much what is it, but what is it for you? What makes you happy? What brings you peace? What brings you wholeness? What makes you feel complete? And I think the older you get and the more you keep um, exploring what that looks like and feels like for you, then you'll know what true success is. Because I think that if you try to go searching and forcing success like that somebody else has, you'll be so unhappy. You'll be miserable almost because that's not what your heart desired. You know what I mean? And so I think it's discovering and living enough and exploring enough to figure out what success looks like for you. Because what you think it is right now is not what it may be as you get older. Then again, it may be. That's what I would say, man, is that it doesn't look the same for everybody. It's another great question. I think this is a great one when it comes to the mental health side of things. It says that, what's the most healing thing you've done for yourself lately? I've been on this journey, man, where I really started to enjoy going for walks, listening to my music, or, you know, listening to a podcast, or, man, sometimes just walking in peace and walking in quiet. That time with yourself, that time just to enjoy your surroundings and the beautiful nature and just listening and looking and, man, the sun basking on you, man. It's a beautiful thing. And it gives you time to think about things that you may be avoiding through the busyness of your day. You can't run from your thoughts when you go for a walk. You can't outrun the things running through your head when you just spend that time alone. So one of the most healing things I've been able to do is, I guess on a bigger level, just spend time with myself. Not be distracted by anybody else's company, but just learning to enjoy my own. And once you learn to enjoy your own company without feeling like you need other people there as a crutch and a distraction, I think that's one of the most healing things that you could do. Man, these are such great questions, man. I really want to keep them going. I'm going to answer one more, though, and I'm going to let y'all get out of here, man. But these are some great questions, and I want y'all to keep bringing them in. You can email me at willztitwell@gmail.com. You can DM me, man. My name is Will Z Titwell on all social media platforms, whatever works for you. But the last question, if you could talk to 18-year-old Will right now, what would you say to him? That's a good question. Life isn't what you think it's going to be. Life is hard. And I'll tell the young teenager, I'll tell the young teenage me, I'll say, man, slow down. Enjoy your life. Don't be in such a rush to try to grow up and do adult things when you don't know how good you have it as a kid. You don't know how blessed you are not to have to worry about some of the things that adults have to worry about. Don't be in a rush to grow up. Because when it's on you, it's on you. And there's nobody else that you can blame and nobody else that you can turn to and nobody else that you can really rely on when it's on you. Even if you do have certain people in your life that carry you and help you and support you, man, much of that is a blessing, there's going to come a time in your life where it's still going to be on you. And so I would tell my younger self, man, number one, just to slow down and to make better decisions at that point in my life so that later on in my life, 10 years from now, right, like where I am now, I'll be set up. And I wouldn't have to work so hard to undo a lot of the things that I messed up back then because I wasn't thinking about later. I was only worried about that present moment. So I would tell myself to slow down and think about the future. Because future you is going to need you. That's real. But I'm going to leave it right there, man. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all always supporting the platform, man. And that concludes another episode of SpeakUPZee the Podcast. I'll see y'all later. All right, peace.